versus third, no? So I've already won the pick war, Wardi.
Right,
You know,
if you've won the pick war, then why do all the matches seem so bad for you?
well, you know, I don't have a Zerg player. You managed to nab
You're
up one
you're
of the
so
last
lucky,
good
by the
ones.
way. My entire team can't agree where to play Pride of Altaris. I'm like, well, it's okay. There's 2 teams in the league that don't have a Zerg either. And it's like, one of them we don't even play Pride of Altaris against, and that's you. Which is just sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't play Pride, so I can't even take advantage, man. It's unfair.
Thank goodness, thank goodness. All right, Wardi, you get to introduce your player in this horrible color over here.
This is the Stasis Ward Green, man. It's beautiful. In the top right-hand side, Shopify Rebellion Stasis Wardi is Björn.
It's like a bad colored ghost or something, or like that glow-in-the-dark color that looks really bad. Anyway, spawning over in the bottom left, in a true good color, it is Nightmare. Yeah, this is what you get,
Well,
Wardi.
you pissed everyone off by picking blue, apparently. Because...
Really?
Yeah, because when you picked blue, I took teal out of the color list. And then Nate wanted to be teal. So, you kind of painted a target on your back.
Well, I mean, Nate did own me. Like, his team owned my team.
I think that's why, man. I think he got revenge for not being able to pick teal. That and that
I was
only.
just like... Yeah, I was just like, mate, I'm blue. Like, the Demo Queen emote, it's blue, you know, she's wearing a blue outfit. Blue is good for my boys. We've always been blue. And, yeah, it just felt right. And I felt that everybody else was going to pick their things. Like, you know, Roddy would pick orange. I felt that there was going to be a little battle over pink. I felt I was nice on the sidelines. Anyhow, Beyond doing something a little bit weird, by the way. This kind of fake proxy racks, and my boy Nightmare, he's just like, you know what? I'm not even scouting against you, son. So you do all those weird proxy things that you want to do. I'm not even falling for it.
Well, that's because he's built a Zealot, Ben. He's so terrified of any possible thing Bjorn can do. He built a Zealot to deal with it. Bjorn missed the Zealot, but I actually think this is okay, because he's going to go in the main. The Adept's not ready, and Bjorn's going to kill multiple workers. And what are you going to do? Like, chip at a supply depot? Yeah, absolutely nothing. Great start for Bjorn. Look at this. Murder in the main base of Nightmare already. Straight up. Boom. Bang. Bomb. Probe's dying. Soon. Right, kill them.
You're more feisty against me than you would be against anybody else for you. I'm feeling it.
I have like a season to catch up on, man.
Oh, that's true. So you're unleashing. All right. Little Zelly Zealot, though, is over there. He gets a good scout off. Gets to see, like, a pretty damn early factory, and there is no CC going up, so at least that's something. And you get to just see that there is a Widow Mine. It's a reactor going on in the barracks now. He does want to get on out of there, which he does, so far, Nightmare's doing all right. No probe lost either to this little sneaky Reaper. Not bad.
Yeah, you know, you got a little bit lucky with the probes. Are you going to lose one now? Surely, come on, Bjorn. There we go. Couple probes going down. That's what we're talking about. And he's going to get rid of your battery energy. Yeah, Bjorn's just rocking your world over here, Ben. I know you're a sucker for a bit of Terran Micro, and this is exactly it.
Yeah, that battery energy, Wardy, that is... oh, look at it. Depleting like crazy over there. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a lot. That was close. You got a bit fortunate there, Wardy. All right, so Phoenix on the go, but Beyond's actually going for a third barracks over here. So as far as openings go, did he actually he got to see the warp gate, or rather the Stargate, right? Let's have a little. Yeah, he did. So going for 3 barracks is actually a really good call by him.
It's beautiful, Ben.
Are you now checking if he got to see it?
You know, he got to see it. Double Cyclone, lots of Marines. Stargate's not going to do much. Bjorn's going to push out in a couple minutes, wipe the floor with Nightmare. Quick 1-0 start. This is what I picked my team for, Ben.
Yeah, as I said, I won the pick war. I sent out Nightmare as a sacrificial lamb, much like the lamb in Jurassic Park. For those boomers out there that have seen those nice old school movies. In fact, do you remember Xenocider, Lebo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, he was asking me for good movies to watch, and I remember just kind of, like, shamelessly saying, like, have you seen Lord of the Rings, just as a joke? And he's like, no, it's too old. And I was like, what? I was like, what? And he literally was like, yeah, the graphics will be too bad and stuff. And I was like,
the graphics?
The frick is this? Yeah, and he literally said that about Lord of the Rings, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, get out of here, Levo!" And then I realized, like, "Oh my god, I'm a 30-year-old man, and I'm literally talking to a child."
That's actually terrifying, though, that people would even say that in this day and age, even children, right? Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, Absolutely, and it was somebody that, you know, played StarCraft, had a StarCraft mind, so I thought there's at least something there. No, nothing. Bloody American.
Your Phoenix is gonna go chase the Reaper, but Beyond's coming through the middle of the map, and this Observer, at least we'll see it from Nightmare, so he gets to spot this, but then he doesn't have any units.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan, you know? Luckily he's Protoss, and they just frickin' fly in onto the field, you know?
Are you trying to, like, stack up units for the next game or something? Like...
Mate, I have no idea. You don't question the boys, that's all I'm saying. All right, these Phoenix, we do get their Cyclone, and that is that's an unfortunate pylon right there. Stim is used, and one Phoenix does go down for his troubles.
Yeah, to be fair, I expected more out of this. I thought this was going to be a little bit deadlier, but good defense from Nightmare. Like, he actually really pulled it together at the end.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't jump the gun, Wardi. All right, like I know it's your first rodeo over here, but bloody hell, calm down.
Mate, I'm just excited, honestly. Like, I only got to play 2 matches last week. I have to observe everyone. I'm just like, I'm ready to like fight. You know, I'm ready.
I know you're a little like those little shitty Chihuahua dogs. You know, you just got on leash. Want to nip at my legs. But yeah, I still think this is very good for Beyond, because killing even a handful of workers. Obviously, it was quite a bit lost, but those Cyclones aren't going to do much later on. In fact, that was kind of like the pushes I used to do back in the day.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. A few early barracks.
So I can agree with it.
Trade out some probes early, try and snowball the game. It's a very Beyond kind of thing to do as well. I'm just going to keep on playing Bio here. First team Medivacs moving across. Obviously, really needs to not be seen by the Phoenix, which he is currently on track to walk into, so needs to be a little bit careful with that. But obviously, Nightmare just equal on workers is not good for a Protoss player as Beyond gets his 3rd CC up and running.
Yeah, luckily for Nightmare, Beyond did supply block a little bit and had to supply drop and what have you, but going up to 3rd CC, 5 barracks on the way, tank production as well. That usually indicates that you want to slow down the game a little bit, or at least, you know, set yourself up securely and safely and whatnot. These medevacs, though, he has to be careful with them. Boost hasn't been used yet, and ooh, nice spotting by both of them, actually.
Yeah. It was like last second to pull away as Beyond pops a stim. Not much going to come of that, though.
I was a bit surprised that Nightmare was brave enough to run there, take off a Marine of all things, because that's the kind of thing where maybe I've watched Rotterdam stream too much, where all those Phoenix would die for that one Marine, but yeah, Nightmare pulled it off.
No, that's definitely one way to go about it, is just going to be seeing the Ghost Academy coming down, Beyond's collecting together. He's getting ready, man. He's getting ready for a big old push. I'm actually a little scared because I feel like the way Nightmare's playing is how you want to play against Beyond, get Colossus, get Phoenix, stop him from dropping everywhere. It's definitely like shutting down Beyond's strength, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I did lower my volume a little bit just so apparently it would stop an echo. So hopefully that helps. Chat, let us know if it is fixed. Wardi's new to this whole casting lock, so you know I had to fix him a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, Beyond definitely sharking about a bit. Both are up to 3 bases now, so now we're getting into the flow of things. Beyond hasn't taken the extra gases yet, which does imply that he wants to be quite aggressive and quite gung-ho about this one.
This was a hell of a stim. I didn't know what he saw to actually want to stim. Like, it looked like he was moving towards the Phoenix, but then the army was there, and he kind of ping-ponged back and forth a little bit, but ends up just backing it up. Yeah, I mean, more bio units coming across. He does have some ghosts, though. I mean, very late armory to prioritize those ghosts instead. And if he gets a couple good EMPs off, this army of Nightmare can just disappear.
I mean, it certainly can. Like, that army of Nightmare's brittle, very frail if it gets wrapped around him. Beyond has a pretty scary mix. And yeah, the fact that he delayed the armory, very Clem-esque. Oh my god, those are some EMPs.
That was a great first EMP, because it hits all the sentries, Ben. Shield battery can't give you your energy back, so you can't get those force fields off. He somehow has one Guardian Shield, somehow, somewhere mixed in there, but yeah, not a bad start for Beyond. Drops a few EMPs, but now he doesn't have any energy left. Everything's healed up from the battery, and Beyond's now running away. Only one tank, which gets taken down immediately, and I don't really like this fight for Beyond. He's going to get a little bit caught up in it, and yeah, this isn't pretty.
What are you doing here, mate? What are you doing? Get home, lad. Run away. That's what you get for sticking around for too long, and Wardi's feeling the heat now. Beyond was super all in with that. Now he's starting these upgrades that are never going to come online. And my boy Nightmare trotting along with slow zealots. He's ripping into him.
The chargeless zealot attack. Please, Beyond, for the sake of our, you know, just standings in the league, can you not lose this map just for... I just don't think I can live it down dying to slow zealots. A couple of Ghosts should have EMPs back soon, so with a good EMP or so, maybe it's possible. I mean, honestly, if you already had Charge, I think Bjorn's dead, but without Charge, it gives Bjorn a chance. A couple of Vikings here to chip away, and these few High Templar, they need to become Archons. They want to make a difference here. CVs are going to pull in, so Bjorn's going to lose workers to try and hold this off. He needs to overwhelm this army big time, and he is going to have a pretty good push forward. The Marauders diving for the Colossi, only 2 of them remain. And there's no Prism Warpins because the Prism's just a little bit too close to the army. So Bjorn can chase down this force, and this is really bad. He's going to kill the Prism. Now the Colossi are stuck. Ben, what happened? You killed some SCVs, but that's about it.
So, my boy Nightmare, he got a little bit eager, I would say. A little bit eager. He was like, you know what? This is going so well. I'm even killing it with slow Zealots over here. And it's like, all right, maybe I should keep going. It's like, no, mate. You need to get out of there. Your army, it's out of juice, basically. It didn't have a lot of longevity behind it. And he was taking a 4th behind it. He didn't need to stick around. Oh, nice little ghost snipe there. I might keep him alive a little bit, but that's a lot of Terran, man.
It's a lot of Terran. You're going to have 1 Colossus in a second to help you defend this as well. Bjorn, being careful, being slow. Just waiting a little bit. He probably could just make a pretty hefty move right now as he gets a Stalker this time as only a Marine goes down. Bjorn's actually going to make a play to the left side. Only 1 tank, but that little bit of support can go a long way. Just soften up a Colossus. No battery here either, so it's a great place for Bjorn to fight. He's going to rip apart this 4th base.
It certainly is. He's got 2 on the way as well. And Nightmare, what does he have? He's at 1-1 with his upgrades. A little bit of an unusual way to do it, I think, as a Protoss player. Like, if you're getting Colossus, you kind of want to get +2 weapons. Ooh, there's a few Zealots over there. They're looking for reinforcements by the looks of it, but Bjorn, given that he was a little bit shy about attacking, will find them on the map.
Yeah, a little drop in the main base from Bjorn, which is doing okay. I'm not sure if he should really stick around, but I guess too many Stalkers here to back up. He's going to pull the Marines back and let the Marauders chew through, and apparently we're just going to win this fight in the base. Meanwhile, there, we've got a big fight over here as well, and it honestly looks as though Bjorn is going to have just a little bit too much as he comes pushing on through. That Colossus is just about escaping in the natural, just staying alive, might be able to live, but not sure it's going to change the game.
No, definitely not. Bjorn took some really good fights this game. There was like 1 or 2 that was like a little bit dicey and whatnot, but overall, Bjorn just showcasing that he's really damn good.
Oh no!
And he's been, oh my goodness.
That wasn't
I mean,
fair.
luckily, he's really far ahead, Wardi, so we don't have to cry too hard about disruptors.
Nothing lucky about it. He took the disruptor shot to give your team a bit of hope, so it feels all the better when we take you down. That's how we face
like a bit of a yeah. he Chris rocked that disruptor shot, you know, just to show how much of a baller he is.
Oh, GG's. I'm gonna pick up the first map. I mean, we needed this one, obviously. Like, if we lose this, we're in trouble. So, kind of happy that Bjorn turns around, because it looked really scary there for a few moments, right? Like, it looked absolutely terrifying. Didn't necessarily look as though it was gonna work out. So, happy we turned it around.
Turns out not waiting for charge is not the winning play, you know? You run into a choke with your slow lots and just don't work out for you.
No, who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? Honestly, if you had charge, I think Bjorn just dies. I don't even know if you like forgot charge, or if that was just the timing of it when you go Phoenix then Colossus, right, and everything. It can be kind of late anyways. This dude caught up trash talking, honestly, but yeah, he was with charge. It would have been a very different story as this next map, mate. So you kind of have the advantage on this one, I think we got to say.
Maybe a smidge, Wardi. You know, Wardi going, or rather Wardi. I was going to say Wardi going up against Classic. Obviously, a win for Wardi, but you know that'd be a bit brutal.
Can't lose that one.
No, we have Maru going up against Classic. So yes, this was my number 1 going up against your number 3, I think.
Yeah.
Was Solo was his second pick, so Solo against Zest is a big one for both of us.
Yeah,
which I know that's later on, but I'm a bit worried. As you should be too, probably.
I don't think anyone's safe in that one. Like, in a best of 1 between those two, really anything can happen. So yeah, I'm not convinced. Like I say, my team has to come out and like we need a couple big wins every series, because we don't have like a Maru, we don't have a Rain or a Sarah, right? We're like one of these heavy hitters that should pick up a map every single time. So we just need to win some of the games like Solo versus Zest, and then you know we walk away to our victories and we go from there.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a lineup of 5 heavy hitters like Benny and the boys. Honestly, like we're all together.
You know, you don't get to count them across both seasons, right? You only have this team now.
I mean, to be fair, Zest he's been one of the boys for life, as is the rest of them, honestly. But he is the remaining one, you know. Unfortunately, my boy Dom Ragu didn't. I don't know why he didn't sign up. He had so much fun last time.
He had so much fun. How do you know? He's telling you.
Google Translate.
Google Translate.
Yeah, Google Translate. I see the conversations going on. I'm translating all of them.
I hear they actually developed like a built-in Google Translate for Discord, just for your team chat.
Just for my team chat. Actually, it was very funny today. After each win that we had in the war before, because we owned Pig, right? I was like, Prince Legend, Ryung God, Galaxy Brain, and then I was like, Maru God, and then Zest won, and he typed like an unhappy face, and I was like, Zest, great job, I love your build. And he's like, the praise is late, smiley face, and I was just like,
the praise is late.
Like, yeah, he felt left out. It was like the coach giving everybody a tap on the head, you know, and he's like, oh, where's mine?
Well, my boy's apparently scared of Maru. He hasn't shown up just yet, so we're just gonna wait a few moments. I feel like Classic probably just assumed we were already gonna be 3-0 by now, even though we just played one map, so just needs a little while to actually log in, get online, get in the lobby. You know, take it easy.
Oh, he's not here, right?
Oh, yeah. Apparently not.
Oh.
Not yet.
That sounds like bad leadership to me.
Bad leadership? I don't know. There's nothing bad about leadership in the Stasis Wardies. Mate, I'm leading the whole tournament.
I have all my boys ready, in line, ready to go. You know, they're attentive, they're on time. We don't have any of this waiting around, Wardi. I can tell you.
Yeah, I see how it is. You know, didn't we have to wait for your play last week? I'm pretty sure we did.
No.
No.
No, not at all.
I see.
My players, as I said, obedient, all right? I'm a firm leader. Has he responded at all, this man?
No, he's just offline everywhere, which, I mean, I would say doesn't look good, but obviously the Stasis Wardies would never let each other down, so I believe. It's a scare tactic, you know? The seconds pass by, Maru gets more afraid, and, you know, he plays worse when it comes around, you know? He's tired after that long TVT. You know, he's just trying to tire him out.
No doubt about it, Maru is thinking, wow, Classic's outside the game, practicing right now for this game. He's spending time practicing while I'm in here in this lobby waiting for his ass. And his leader over here that has also organized this whole thing obviously allowed him this extra little bit of time. That's what I'd be thinking right now.
I mean, it's a corrupt system, but you guys didn't organize it, so what can I say?
That is true.
Yeah, and take all the advantages, man. Yeah, tell them my players to show up 10 minutes late. I won't DQ them. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You know.
It's gonna be 10 minutes.
Hey, you know what? Someone called me out for fudging the coin flips. You know, I'm trying to get the coin flips in my favor. So this week I recorded the coin flips. I lost every coin flip apart from the most important one against Roddy. So I was like, okay.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yeah. So,
have you done the lineups and stuff for Roddy already, or?
Yeah. I completely outplayed him, mate. He's already lost. It's not even going to be close.
Okay. Who have you got against his Raynor? Like Spirit or something?
I got Bjorn on Curious Minds on West. It's not even good. Raynor is actually so scared he's trying to forfeit the tournament. He actually messaged me already.
Oh my god. Okay. Is it on I need to look.
I don't know if it's on Wikipedia yet.
Oh, it's not?
I don't know if Day 6 is.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah,
Spirit, Max Packs, Classic Hearthstone, Solar Time, Creator Color. Okay. It's going to be a fun one, actually.
They're pretty close matches, but I don't know which other way you do it. Because I feel like if Beyond plays Max Packs, I still don't trust him to win that. So I didn't want him to play TVT, so it kind of worked out all right. I was.
They had. I remember a while ago, this is kind of right before Katowice, they had a best of 9 or something, and it was 5-3 for Beyond. But still, it was close games, you know? And the thing is, best of 1, you never really know how it's going to go. So yeah, you're totally right. And Max Pax is a bit of a wild card, because I don't know how good his PvZ totally is right now, or his PvP, because they were totally sculpted around, Void Rays and stuff, you know?
Yeah. I have no idea, actually. It's I honestly, I feel like I look at all these matches and all these matchups, and I kind of think that there's a whole bunch of different ways that anything could go. I don't know, like best of ones, man. You can't call anything. I feel like.
No, sometimes Maru goes fucking mech against Showtime on Blackburn. It's like, what are you doing, lad? But that was a harsh swear word. Sorry, Wardi. Apologize.
Oh, you're good. Classic just replied to me, so. That's,
Nice.
good.
I'm still tilted about that clan war, man.
You're still tilted, but which one? Sorry.
My team lost against the Grubs.
Oh, against the Grubs?
Yeah, they lost against the zombie scrubs.
The zombie scrubs. The scrubber dubs.
Yeah, the scrubber dubs.
The scrubber. Yeah, we can just... You know what? We can actually say anything we want about ZG's team for once, because she's actually casting on her own stream, so she can't hear us. Usually she's in chat, and she writes down everything everyone says, and uses them against them when they play her. But right now, we're free. We can say anything we need, so we're good.
That is good, but
well, I guess we'll just go stick to scrubber dubs.
Yeah, the scrubber dubs. I mean, Zombie Grub never forgives and she never forgets.
Yeah, ever.
Like every time we play anything, she now goes for you every time.
I know, because I 6-pooled her, 12-pooled her in a single free-for-all that was never even shown on stream. She was in my base.
Exactly.
What am I meant to do? Classic Lognin, by the way, so he'll be here in a second. He said now, and I'm like, yeah.
I'm glad you finally got your ship together, Wardi, because this was...
Look.
Yeah.
Sometimes things happen. Classic's a busy guy, you know. He doesn't think of Maru as a contest. He thinks he can just show up whenever, quick 1-0, move on, show up in again in a couple hours, beat the scrubber dubs. It's no problem for Classic.
Scrubber dubs.
Yeah.
Are you going to call them the scrubber dubs now in the clan war?
I kind of like it, actually. It works well, doesn't it? You can even change it up every
time. I remember the first time that Zombie Grub told me... Oh, sorry. I remember the first time Zombie Grub told me that somebody called her Zombie Scrub after they lost to her on ladder. They're like, nice one, Zombie Scrub, and then left the game without a GG or something. I was like, why didn't I think of Zombie Scrub? That's amazing.
That is kind of funny, actually. No, you can change up like the scrub like all the time. You can call them the scrubber dubs, or the rubber scrubs, or you know, you can really just change it up as much as you like. It's great.
Absolutely. Okay, your boy's here. He's
here.
Picked his race and everything.
Yep, he says light green, beautiful stasis Wardi color. We're gonna get this up and running. Maru's chastising him right now. He's like, what is this? Unbelievable. I sign up to one of these tournaments and you show up late to me? How dare you? I'm just the players actually
I'm letting your player know that Maru's just more angry now that you arrived late.
It's okay. It was all the plan, Ben. This is exactly how I wanted it. You might not think this is how you want it, but it actually worked out better this way. You'll see why. All right.
You know, I just saw an Age of Empires 4 pro in the chat in the name of Marine Lord, and you know, we've already tainted his name. Do you know why? So there's these boars on the map in Age of Empires 4.
Uh-huh.
Now everybody calls them Marine Lord's mom. So like in proper professional casts and stuff, they're calling it. They're like, oh look, he's going for Marine Lord's mom. Like it's a famous thing now.
That's incredible. Truly,
yeah, it's great.
I can't comment on how fitting it might be, but I do like it. It's creative.
I mean, I can't either, but I started it and I'm happy about it. It's caught on, you know.
Doubling down on it all. Nice, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, bottom left side. A little delay getting going today as we send out Classic on 2,000 atmospheres. He is the light green Alpha X player in the bottom left.
And the legend, by far the better player on this map right now, it is Maru.
Can't shit talk that. What I was gonna ask you what makes you send out Maru on 2K? Like you just trying to mix it up, avoid him being sniperable and stuff?
He likes this map.
Yeah.
Like he played Cure on it earlier. I don't know if he expected like Beyond or something to play on this, but I let the boys honestly talk about it amongst themselves, and then they'll pick where they want to be, kind of thing. So yeah, most of it's just about what they want to play, who they think they're going to go up against, and they roll with it. So like we've been really good with Ryung so far. Like he's kind of taken a bit of the captain approach. So he's been getting a lot of TVTs, which he really likes. So who did he? Yeah, he's been really solid actually. And Maru's done all right as well for himself. I know he got a loss against Showtime, but everything else, he's taken out some real big hitters like Cure just before.
You know, Spirit
look at this.
Spirit had the opposite effect, right? Where he was like, I really just don't want to play any more TVT. I was like, okay, I'm going to put you on Pride against Zombie Group. Because I actually just think, like, even if it's Rattata, I believe in you, you know? Still gets TVT when he gets put on Pride. I'm just like, the man can't escape Terran versus Terran. No, it's interesting because my players basically told me like 1 or 2 maps they didn't want to play. And last week, like, Bjorn did a lot of the ordering, but this time I was like, no, you guys are too predictable. So I just kind of mix it up a lot and try to like change it every single series so it's not too similar. And just trying to randomize it a bit and do some weird picks and leave it. I even coin flipped a couple of them, just, you know, leave it to fate, you know, a little bit of a degen over here. It's my best kind of strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good to mix it up a lot. I think the players also know how to mix it up a bit. In terms of like coin costing, I think I can be a little less biased. So like, let's say I see Ryung against somebody that's pretty good that I think he can beat, and then there's another very close match like the 50-50, then I'll give the 50-50 the edge, you know, like for the coin toss thing. So there's some things where I will take the call and be like, no, Zest, you're not having infinite ping here. Like we need Ryung to win this one. So yeah, there's some calls that I make. This is definitely a little bit sneaky by Classic for sure, but I'm very happy to say that Maru has spotted it.
How sneaky really is it when it's in range of the tower?
I mean,
not a big fan.
This is like when he talked to his team leader, and it's like, hey man, where do I put my freaking Stargate? And it's like, put it in the tower.
There's meant to be a 200 IQ move, instead it's just this. And he's going up against 8 Marines, so this Oracle really shouldn't do much. All the Marines in the main, there's nothing to kill on the natural, so first Oracle, oh, we'll actually get an SCV on the front at least, so that's nice. We get 1 SCV, delay the factory a little bit. It's something there, as the second Oracle is on the way out from Classic as well. And he's going to drop down another gateway in the middle of the map, so he's just going to really ramp up the pressure and just try and get a nice early W.
I mean, this kind of stuff can be very scary. Like Maru so far, losing SV, it's not something you want, especially when you have that many Marines available. But the way that he's kind of like hunkering down here, he looks like he should be in okay shape. Oh, nice. A little sacrificial adept here, just to the Maru gods out there. That is nice of Classic.
I was going to say it was somewhat planned some way, somehow, but, well, he had some Marines in the main base, so maybe, arguably, he's actually doing okay. He's doing way better than I ever thought he would going into this, so keeps that Oracle alive, low HP, through SCVs, bunch of Marines, extra Oracle, and he's going for more. But, oh man, Maru's going Magfield Accelerator, which means he's going to keep building Cyclones, which obviously I hate, because obviously it just means he's going to have so many Cyclones. Even without the upgrade, they're just going to be great against what Classic is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Classic a little bit supply blocked here, but it looks like it will line up fairly okay for him. Maru, still behind in supply, but with this amount of Oracles out, like this is going up to 4 here, he does have a very brittle army, but it's an army that packs a punch very quickly. So if he can get on top of Maru, he can maybe take out that bunker super fast as well. Maru could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, or if he just dives the first Cyclone, insta-kills it. Now he can camp the factory for the second one popping out. Okay, he's not going to do another Cyclone. Get it, go, 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 go. Yes. No. Why?
Yeah.
No.
Wardi, look at this. Oh my God.
No.
What's happening?
Stop.
He fell apart.
It was... what happened? Like, it was so good. It was...
I mean, it still might not be the worst.
Yes, it's not the worst. He just lost 4 Oracles, Ben. Protoss isn't that good.
I mean, this was what I remembered, you know? When I was playing StarCraft back in my days, I'd be in this kind of situation. I'm like, what? You're one of the great bloody Protoss players, Wardi. And guess what? You know, if the 4 Oracle sniper attack fails, what do you do?
Build
more
another.
Oracles.
Yeah, I mean, he's got no tech behind this. He's not really got much of a choice. Get this Oracle out. At least don't rally it in, though. Okay, he turns the rally point. Obviously, losing that pylon sucks because he loses a gate as well. But it's going to be Adept shitting into the mineral line or even into the main base, which I think I like a little bit more because it's going to be further away from the units coming back. So don't hate this. Don't think the Adept should be going after another Cyclone, but apparently that's the life we're living right now as Maru's going to show back up. Medevac here. Depths have the chance to shade as well. We do lock onto the Oracle that should die. Oh, he gets it away. Nice. Yeah, he's killing some SCVs, mate. Classic.
I wasn't the one denying the power of Protoss, okay? You were the one that was like, Protoss ain't that good.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of... Well, I'm not going to lie. I didn't believe it all, but that was actually pretty sick, man. Suddenly he's 8 workers up. Down half the army supply. I don't love that. And his blink's really late, but I guess your stim's really late. Who knows? Who knows? Hey, maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah, it's alright if you ignore all the bad stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how StarCraft works, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's, alright, if I'm a Maru fan, though, he's got Stim on the way. He's got a few very healthy Cyclones with Magfield, which is going to be quite strong. Classic is going for quite a few gateways, getting a 3rd base as well, which will be in his natural. These Adepts are forfeit, which was pretty much his only meat shield for these Stalkers, which don't have Blink yet, by the way.
This is
and
really
those
bad.
are very angry Cyclones.
Yeah, with Magfield as well on them. Oh, the split is okay, so they're kind of being healed up for a while, but we're going to have to pull probes. I mean, if he can somehow just clean it up, but I just don't think he's going to clean it up. The Cyclone's going to do so much right now. Marines keep going down. 4 probes, 5 probes dead. Cyclones keep on escaping. Obviously, the Medevac's pretty OP in this scenario too. It can just micro for days if it wants to. This is going all wrong for Classic. I mean, he never really had an army set up, and yeah, obviously, maybe if he has the Adepts, right, and the Cyclones lose a couple lock-ons to the Adepts. Yeah, okay, he's got no army. Oh, God.
I just want to let you talk about this, because that like kind of reality hitting him was great. For a while it felt like you had hope, and then I just heard it all go away.
It's the Roddy effect, right? There's no one I like listening to more in this thing, apart from Roddy, as we blink forward to lose some more Stalkers. Love that. Roddy casts, like, you know, he's full of love, full of hype. Any good thing happens, and he's, like, laughing and cheering away. The moment he, like, one of his players loses, like, an SCV, he's like, no.
Actually, yeah, I noticed that when Roddy was casting his team, and, like, he started losing pretty hard, and I was like, oh, man, this got a little depressing, actually.
Yeah. Classic is trying anything he can to even this game out, but even that's losing him Stalkers. His 3rd base is completely undefended, so Maru's just going to run into this and get rid of a few more workers. Classic going to try and go running away, but just none of this looks pretty at all for Classic. He's cutting off some reinforcements. I think actually Woodermines blew up his Stalkers, so yeah, not ideal. Not ideal.
Not ideal, Wardi, not ideal. Not even close to ideal here. Like, all right, what is there anything... Maru doesn't have a 3rd base on location just yet. That's about one thing that's going for him. He's behind in probes. He's behind in... Yeah, he's pretty behind here, Wardi.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing going his way. I'm trying to think of one thing, and it's like, well, at least he's playing against Maru, you know? At least he's not losing to one of your other scrubs. That's pretty much all I've got.
That's all. I mean, yeah. Like, okay, this is my ace card, right? Like, this is my lad. Classic, to be fair, put up a bit of a fight, and honestly, if those oracles were handled a bit differently earlier on,
I know.
It could have been me looking at a win.
I actually think he had it. Like, when he kills the first Cyclone, if he just sits around the factory, gets the second Cyclone, I think I think Maru's in so much trouble. But then the oracles just sat like in the natural and did nothing. That was his moment for sure. Since then, it's not just been downhill, but the hill actually ended and we just fell off the map. So, yeah, it's not been a great game too, but, you know, I wouldn't want it to be one-sided because we had a lot of, like, 3-0s already today, like, turned into 3-2s and stuff, but I'm glad, like, you know, this match is going to be a little bit closer from the start.
I like that when you're going on this talk and you get a bit sad too. The observing goes out the window, Wardi. Like, you weren't seeing these Widowmine drops happen and my boy slaying your boy. You're looking away. You don't want to see it happen. Oh, slows lots again.
There you go. Yeah.
You've been very successful today.
Yeah, no, Classic's going to try and fight this, which is a brave effort. I mean, I like that he's giving the other boys in the Stasis Wardi Club just more time to prepare. I like that. That's a good team player because he's really just getting beat upon right now. But he's taking one for the team, you know? And, he's losing 22 more probes, but, he stuck it out as long as he could then. You know, that's a fighting spirit. He's going to bring that against the Grubs later when we 5-0 them, and that's when it's really going to count.
He took one for all Protoss out there because he was getting massacred. But that was like, we've kind of got our two matches that we thought were, a little bit one-sided out of the way, right? Mm-hmm. Which they are big hitters, big boys indeed. Okay, so who have we got next?
Prince against Creator.
Prince.
This one's good.
Yeah.
This is close. Like, I like it. I would favor Creator very slightly, 55-45. Creator's been playing well lately, so maybe 60-40, but yeah, there's no definites in this for sure.
45 for your boy?
Yeah, of course. My boy. You gotta be realistic, mate.
Yeah, but what?
What?
This is you being a hypecaster for the audience here. I mean, Creator's definitely a favorite. He's got to be a favorite.
Yeah, 55-45 makes him a favorite. It's PvP, best of one. Look,
yeah, best one. All right.
The best thing about this is it's glittering. If it was a smaller map, I'd be more worried. But on glittering, I guess I do like Creator quite a lot, yeah. The Prince is good.
Was there anybody that Creator wanted to go up against?
Creator didn't want to play on 2K or Pride. And then I asked him, does anyone you like to play? He says, no 2K, no Pride. So he said that about 4 times. And then the second time I asked, I'll put in some other matchups, he says, still no Pride. So I think he's happy to play anyone. He believes, as long as it's not Pride of Altaris, he can take anyone down, is his belief. So yeah, did Prince want to play PvP? Because he's had PvP a bunch.
Yeah, he's been pretty vocal. Like, I'll be super honest. He's been a bit of the runt of the litter almost. Like, the rest of them have been telling him where to go, how much food he's allowed to eat, and stuff like that. So they kind of just plonk him where the rest of them. So he's been a good lad with in regards to taking one for the team. Going up against Creator though, I don't think this is exactly what he was after, because Creator is solid. And the fact that he's been showing up recently as well, because Creator, he's been around forever.
Yeah.
And there was a period of time when he played for Prime, and he was actually really damn solid. And I don't think he's ever quite hit the level again.
Yeah.
But he's always one that I will be interested in seeing how he does, because I'm never going to fully rule him out, but I also never want to truly bank on him, you know what I mean?
I was the same, and I was kind of thinking if I should take him or not in 4th round, but what really got us is that Solo was adamant to get Creator. He was just saying no. Creator is by far the best player still available, and said, he's so good on the ladder right now, he can do it. And, Creator puts his heart and soul into everything that he does when he plays, so gotta love that. As in the bottom left, my boy in the status Wardi green, it is Creator.
I think Solar also at one point was like, yeah, Korean Zergs are way better than foreign Zergs, and look at it now. Foreign Zergs in the final in the World Championship. Anyhow, spawning over in the top right, it is Prince. That was just me emphasizing that maybe you should have picked Prince instead of Creator.
Well, a 5th rounder instead of my 4th rounder?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe Prince should have been a 4th rounder.
Well, why didn't you take him?
Prince?
Yeah. Why didn't you take him in the 4th round?
Nightmare. Nightmare the Legend.
Nightmare the Legend?
Absolutely.
Nightmare's only legendary for making slow zealots, mate. That's all I've seen there.
Well, with those slow zealots, he had one of the greats of all time on the ropes, and look at that. My boy Prince with a Chad move over here, going for a freaking Nexus.
And his gateway is in the back of his base as well. That's really interesting. It means that he's obviously not going to be exposed on the gateway or anything if Creator does get aggressive, but I'm intrigued to what Creator does, because I really feel like this is something you can attack against. There's no wall. You should be able to cancel a Nexus without too many repercussions if you just commit to aggression and then expand behind it.
No, yeah, definitely. I am curious. Like, this is something that you don't often see. Expansion play in general has taken a little bit of a hit, but Also, some of the ways to boost expansion play have taken a bit of a hit, right? Like, Void Rays are nerfed on both sides when it comes to PvP. We do have a Stargate for Creator, and it isn't some proxy Stargate on the map. It is an at-home Stargate, and he knows that his opponent is going for this Nexus. I'm very curious about what he wants to go for. Like, I'd imagine it's going to be an Oracle, and he's using a lot of that gateway time to build Adepts, which are also, you know, gas efficient as far as units go.
I kind of like that, though, because with the no wall initially on this low ground, like, Adepts make a load of sense, right? Because he's got a good chance of getting through. And obviously one probe's going to sit here this entire time and rebuild a battery. And now we go to 3 gates as Prince. Yes, Prince could turn this into aggression like on the counter with like a bunch of gates against an Oracle or so. It could get really interesting, man. This is going to be a really kind of unique PvP, one you don't see a lot.
All right, I'm so happy that he built a building there, because that literally could have been GG. It literally could have been GG straight there. So very happy for Prince. Nice reactions there, taking on this cheesy player from the Stasis Wardies. And a little bit of lag is going on here. Is this you, Wardi?
Yeah, I actually think that is my ping going up a little bit. That's not good. We'll just pause and give it a few moments, because sometimes Korea does this. It just decides to hate and just kind of shit the bed a little bit.
Oh, I see. Leader of the tournament. Leader of this team that I'm going up against, choosing to lag as soon as my boy blocks the wall perfectly, might I just add. I see.
I mean, what do you mean that's perfect for you, right? Like, at least it didn't happen when he needed to block the wall. So,
That's true.
Yeah, no, my ping's just hovering around 600. Is that doing it on both my... Oh, that's my second account. That's actually just straight up lagging out the game. Okay,
it says I've got 700 ping as well.
Yeah, it's just the Korean server, man. It's just sometimes it shits the bed, quite literally.
It looks like it's going down a bit.
Yeah, maybe it was just honestly like, you know what I mean. So we had like my second account's on the same internet. It's just like, oh no, it doesn't work. All right, let's give this a go and try and go lag-free into this next one, or next few moments.
Okay, so Creator does have his own Nexus on the way, which is good for him. We have several shield batteries going down for Prince, which is lovely jubbly for him. Yeah, I'm now at 400 ping, so it's definitely going down a bit.
Yeah,
and look at those Adepts. He just walled up entirely. He was like, you know what? Not even cancelling it. Not even going for a bit of cheek play.
Yeah, Creator needs units at home ASAP with that battery. He needs this Nexus to finish so he can super battery as well, right? Like, he needs a lot of stuff. As Prince, though, is just move commanding his first Stalker in, so that's really good. Love that play. Really 10 out of 10 maneuvering from Prince, as we have the Oracle deflected for now, yes, and Creator actually cancelled his second Oracle to go into a Void Ray, which obviously helps defend. And he does have the tech advantage if eventually he holds this, but he's also down by like 9 probes, so he kind of does need to start building those workers, man.
Yeah, there was a reason for that first Stalker running in. There was a stasis going off in his main base, which he did actually only allow 1 probe to get stasis. But yeah, Creator, if you're being forced to make a Void Ray in this kind of situation, which is expensive, by the way, that's 150 gas. And Prince, after dealing a little bit of damage, does recall home here. I like that play, especially seeing as his shield battery was just about to go down. And yeah, he deflects all of this. So far, pretty damn good for Prince.
Yeah, I actually like it a lot for Prince as well. Creator's down in workers, his Twilight's a little bit later. I mean, the Oracle's just not finding damage at all, and then the Void Ray is very much so not going to do anything, and Prince just feels confident to drop down a base. It's been kind of an interesting build from Prince, right? Because he's kind of just gone for this kind of a lot of units initially, but a lot of economy too, so he's pressuring while having the stronger eco. And because he's been able to shut down the Stargate play, Creator's not really been able to do anything himself.
Yeah, definitely. And we do have Creator that is sort of catching up. He's getting a Forge now, which implies that he wants to go for the upgrades and stuff, but he still has to be a little bit careful, because even though he saw those Stalkers back at home, he has no idea what's still on the map. He knows he was behind economically, but like PvP can be very volatile. If Prince walked in some Adepts elsewhere and just came into your main, he is scouting now, does see that third Nexus well on the way here, so Creator kind of knows how far behind he is if it is a normal game, and Creator is really boosting out those probes.
Yeah, he needs to though, right? Like, he was behind for so long, like 3 minutes or so he's behind in workers. Oracle just checking the main base again and just going to drop a Revelation down. And that's the one nice thing that Creator has, this Oracle to keep an eye on things, but, well, that only goes so far. I'm a little worried that maybe Prince just gets a ton of units up and attacks, but I guess Creator might be okay. That would be, I guess, where the Void Ray could be kind of useful, as Creator's going to move out. Oh, I'm a little afraid, but maybe this is something he can do with the map control. And Prince is actually going out down the left side. Oh, but Creator's not going up the right. Creator's going through the middle. He needs to turn around. No, no, no. Things about to be done. This Oracle just saved him, I think.
Yeah, I think it did, because... And that Oracle got away as well. But now he's revealed that he has Blink done, which... You know, he is getting over there a little bit faster. Doesn't know where his opponent is yet, and... Oh, cheeky Stalker lost there. Oh, that was definitely not the best for Prince. And even though Prince's build, I think it was actually very good, Creator's definitely doing a lot of the right moves to get himself back into this. And Prince maybe feeling the pressure, you know? When it comes down to representing the boys, you know there's a lot to represent. There's a lot on your shoulders. And
as I was about to say, our special move is the Stasis Ward, but, you know, he defended pretty well. Four probes isn't so bad to get caught.
No, that's, I mean, every little bit helps with that Oracle, and the fact that it stayed alive for as long as it has, it's just been a little bit of a thorn in Prince's side. Robo on the way now. So Creator was definitely being a little bit risky there. Like, there could have been a cheeky DT, but he's been on top of things so far. Nice scout here with his hallucination, seeing how many gates have just finished right there and then.
Yeah, no, we're going to get into... kind of a nice little PvP in the end, right? Worker count's going to be even, upgrades are fairly even. The gateway count came in at slightly different times, but I don't think anyone's really taken like a serious lead, all said and done here. They are starting to make a bit of a difference with Creator investing into an Immortal, while Prince will just go straight to Temple Archives. And that's kind of funky, because obviously the Immortals just power up that army eventually, whereas maybe for Prince he just wants to go with a lot of gateway units, a little bit of Archon support as well, and just try and bust through with that.
Yeah, the real question here, okay, Creator does start a 4th base, which I think is the right move, because if you don't go for it, even though it may feel like, oh, you haven't invested into a Nexus, you should have 400 extra minerals available, 4 extra Zealots in a fight. While it can turn it, it can also not have any effect whatsoever if you're attacking into a shield battery. And yeah, so he's just prolonging his chances here, just making sure that he isn't forced into any sort of all-in position. And we're getting into some pretty damn beefy Protoss armies.
Yeah. These Protoss armies are definitely teching up a whole bunch, and yeah, I mean, just excited to see what the next stage of the game is. We've got Prince with the Prism around the side. That's always scary, right? As he's going to move with his main army through the middle a little bit as well. This is where, obviously, I wish Creator still had the Oracle maybe a little bit more active right now, just to, you know, realize that this is happening, because at the moment he's going to be very out of position. He finds a gate on the bottom side, but he needs to get back in position. Okay, an Observer in the middle saw it, so he's on his way back over. He knows what he needs to do here. Defensive Stasis Ward set up as well. Oh, is this
Look at that! Okay? Look at that supply block that the Stasis Wardi player has, and look at that! Oh, the eyes on the player from Benny and the boys. Hops in there, tries to force a bit of an overcharge, but Creator, you know, he didn't fall for it at all.
He has a second battery, and that one would obviously be an okay one to overcharge, but maybe wouldn't reach the right side of his army. So yeah, good to keep his cool, right? Because that could have been very bad for him if he'd overcommitted in at the wrong moment there. The Archon count is equal. We do have that defensive Immortal. I mean, there's just so many Zealots from Prince. I think the problem is that Prince, it's going to be tough for him to get all these Zealots into a fight at once, because they're going to block each other, man.
I mean, they are. Luckily, like, Prince has to be super careful, man. Like, he has to be so damn careful. The worker counts, absolutely dead even. The AoE count, pretty close between them. Creator's doing a really good job of just buying time and making it so awkward, because if Prince charges into that, that's one heck of a concave that he's got available, and 3 batteries available, and an overcharge.
Oh, it's going to be okay for the moment here, as Creator is going to survive, and we're both going to Disruptors, and Prince will have a little bit of a jump on that, but by, well, you know, by 30 seconds or so, I don't think it should be too major. And I do like that Creator's getting the Dark Shrine already. The sooner you get DTs on the map harassing, the better a time I think you have as a Protoss player in PvP.
A little bit of a jump on those Disruptors, Wardi. This is a massive lead for Prince. And now he's sharking around the map. He's got map control as well. Creator, he's hiding on his side of the map, you know? He realizes there's a bigger boy on the playground, and that boy is Prince. But Prince, being a little bit indecisive here about what he wants to do, and Oh, a fight is going to break out here.
Yeah, you know what though? Creator knows that 2 disruptors in the hand of your player is like, you know, basically just 1, so... You know, your disruptor count's not as effective. He's fine being a little behind. Faster DT.
You can just be Wardi, but don't take out on the players, you know what I'm saying? all right. Prince is in the main base. He's in the... whatever base that is as well. A Void Ray actually comes in handy and shuts down the Warp Prism. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. Disruptors are trying to line up some shots. No, not the mortals! Oh, man. See, this wasn't the disruptors being well used. This was just sheer luck of the Warp Prism.
That was, it's kind of funny. The barrier came in
yeah.
and saved those Immortals.
That was, I mean, he's still not great because they're going to get tapped down much more easily now. And he lost an Archon, so can't say that I love it. Prince definitely benefiting from all this map control he's been setting up, so there's definitely a lot of positives that have been going on over there as we do have units spread out across the map, and looks like we might have ourselves a, an interesting scenario here because these Zealots are going to try to charge the left side, but there's batteries, there's an Archon. I mean, I like the defense from Creator on the left. He needs to make sure he doesn't get overrun on the right, but defensive disruptors are usually pretty darn good.
Oh, they certainly are. It feels like... Okay, it feels like Creator feels very confident about getting to this stage of the game. Like, yeah. it just does, because it felt like even though we got behind little bits here and there, he was like, all right, if this game goes on, though, I can win this. Prince, look at that. Throws down a Stargate, starts getting +1 air weapons, and starts moving into extra Stargates and a Fleet Beacon. I think that's really cool in this situation where he knows he can't really do that much, but he's like, you know what? I'm buying myself time by being out on the map here.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And Creator's kind of doing the same, drops the Fleet Beacon, not quite the extra Stargate. It's just, yeah, he actually powers up on gates. It's always one of these moments where there's going to be a bit of a timing where obviously Prince starts to invest into carriers, and if Creator just doesn't, he could maybe go for a bit of a killing blow. You can see Prince isn't building any units right now, right? Because I assume he's waiting for his Stargate production to kick in, so he's leaving the supply free. So Creator maybe has a bit of a timing. It's just, does he have the map control to identify that and to then make use of it? And even then, if you do try to, can you actually break through that disruptor count? Very risky, very tough to call, and that's why I think I'd actually just like him to maybe play into his own carriers as well.
Yeah, I think, like, this game... Okay. You don't often see PvP go completely this way around, right? And Creator's going for those Blink DTs, which could be feisty, and...
No.
That is...
Clear enough supply for the carriers, actually. Makes sense, now that I look at it. You know, he didn't need those Stalkers, really. Gonna catch these Zealots, bit of a giveaway from Prince, but I also assume that Prince wants to free up supply. Similar kind of move as... Oh god, Creator's not having a good time, actually. He's, struggling everywhere for the next couple of moments, and Prince has a lot of money in the bank as well, man. Where do you get all that cash from?
I don't know, man, but both going into carriers. Both getting the upgrades going for carriers as well. Creator is getting some Dark Templars out and about. Do the bases of... I think the base of Prince are well defended, though. I see, like, lots of cannons out, lots of sheer batteries scattered about as well. And Prince... takes out his opponent. Oh, in fact, was that Creator taking out the Oracle? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Whoa, that's some lag again.
Yeah, my ping just spiked up. So it's the server, I do believe.
It's just me again as well. Oh, I'm just straight up dying. Right now.
It's the Korean server.
Yeah, Korean server just doesn't want us to play StarCraft games, man. I even typed PP and tried to pause, and just nothing's happening.
Yeah, my ping went up to 1700, so it's...
mine's at like 3000.
Yeah, I'm at 1800 now. Oh, 2.3k. Oh!
So everyone's just lagging?
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully we can just get the game paused and we can try and wait it out, because usually this just sort of fixes itself.
It is paused already, so...
It's paused already? Oh, I'm just catching up then.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I've got the attempting to reconnect screen, but it was paused kind of thing, so...
Okay.
Game paused.
We're all just having a lot of lag.
If you DC, we'd have to RE?
Yeah, I think we'd re, because otherwise we don't have the main stream going, right? So we wouldn't regame, we'd just recover from replay.
Of course. Oh, it's so nice playing StarCraft 2 where you can do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that with elephants, man. Got to wait an hour again to build up 2 of them.
Oh man. My ping's dropping, so I think it's probably okay. So just give it another minute just to make sure and double check. It kind of sucks. Like Korea's just like this sometimes. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. It just sort of dies. It's like
it should be fine again
now. Yeah, I mean it's it looks good. Like, let's just get into this then and resume what has been a pretty intense PvP. Yeah, if it lags at a bad time as well, if the players need to, we can also recover from replay and like rewind by like 3 or 4 seconds, because obviously we don't want like disruptors blowing someone's army up and them not being able to respond. So this time it worked out, wasn't so bad, but we do have options basically moving through as Creator is going on the hunt, mate. He's off with these disruptors and he's trying to find himself a chance. He needs to start firing right now, though. This is, well, actually maybe good because Prince wasn't paying attention. Oh my god. Oh, can he get the disruptors away, though? He doesn't have a single shot left. He's got DTs and another army moving around the map. I mean, I actually don't know. It doesn't feel like there's anything to actually fight these disruptors almost. The Stalker's blinking forward. Creator starts to fight up the top. He runs into Zealots. Zealots run into the right side base. Well, this just became absolute utter chaos.
Crazy fast. I mean, at least Creator got to spot that he was against carriers, so that's going to keep him in it. Creator, or rather Prince, there's Zealots over there, mate. You gotta go, you gotta go. Okay, he's gonna shut those down. He's doing some Rotterdam F2 over there for a bit. And 20 probes are falling. I don't know where, though. It's chaos.
I think it was just this base. Eventually, the batteries wore down, and so the Zealots got through to the workers. Creator's making 6 more probes. I feel like that's the last thing we need to be building right now. I feel like we need supply just for units. I like the Tempest. Obviously, they will work against the carriers as long as you can take a prolonged fight. But Creator ended up losing pretty much every disruptor, so he doesn't have that splash damage on the ground. I'm real worried about Creator's position. I don't really like it at all, and I feel like it's just a dangerous place to be in. As he is going to try and get this base. That would be nice if he can get it and just blink away. No, he's just going to blink Archons.
Yeah, it was a nice play by him, honestly.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, my boy Prince, he's been watching a bit too much Rotterdam recently, because you see these 3 probes moving around with his whole army, left, right. It's tough, man. It's tough sometimes when you watch too much of that fella. But anyhow, he is gonna do the F2 across the map here, and that is a real scary pro squad, man. That's 9 freaking carriers.
Yeah, Creator has 8 Tempests, though. He needs to keep the Tempests alive long enough to actually have an impact in the fight. The Disruptor won't do much. Oh, he's got another Disruptor shot that's going to fly forward. Doesn't quite reach. Obviously, Creator's ground army is potentially going to end up in a lot of trouble here as well. He drops a Revelation to keep an eye on this. Going to start firing back. Everything's clumped up for Creator. The Disruptors are going to destroy it. Oh, no. We need to just kite and like kill carrier after carrier, but he doesn't quite have... Okay, he does have some one-shot potential on carriers. That's nice to see. No, kill them! Finish them! Oh my goodness. No! All these carriers are such low HP, man!
This is great play from... Look at this.
Is it?
Look at
this. Is it great play?
Yeah, he's chasing down this Protoss army that's running away, and he's trying to take out the mothership, and it's like, oh, he's losing his whole army while he's doing it, and still 7 carriers on the field. This is great. This is fantastic. And look at those Tempest Wardi. They're just absolutely flopping. Absolutely flopping.
You know, it's lucky that you guys had the lag to pause the game and get Prince back in this, you know. Honestly, just losing the Disruptors, man. Like, having Disruptors left over for Prince really gave him a chance, and yeah, Creator just doesn't quite have enough. He's going to start cleaning out the Disruptors. He's actually got DTs on the ground, which are putting in some work, apparently, as he's trying to get rid of some of the carriers, but yeah, it's just not going to be enough, man. Prince is going to get the win. No, let's taste this Wardies, man.
I mean, you know, you're not down and out just yet, you know? Okay, I'm kidding.
We're not dead yet, we're just basically dead.
Yeah, you're limping along.
Ah.
I'm just gonna leave you silent a moment.
I've got nothing to add. Your guys winning. I'm thinking about the next matchups. I don't feel good about them anymore. I'm doubting the boys a little bit, you know. I'm just.
Oh, you're not doubting the boys, Wardi. The boys.
Yeah, of course, I'm doubting Benny and his other boys, mate. You're the boys. You're the only boys in town.
Yeah, of course, of course. But we always were, let's be real. We heard there's a trophy. Oh, after we heard there was a trophy, you know, we lost the first day and we're like, all right. And then we hear there's a trophy and it's like, lads, we've been wanting this our whole life, a trophy that we can finally win together. And thus, the boys are coming together and they're playing damn good.
Yeah, I mean, you got a bit lucky. It's okay. It happens. We'll just win the next two. Get this series done and dusted. We've given you enough map score already. We can just get on with it. As Prince is gonna win this. Pretty much determined. I actually did, going back to the start, kind of liked Prince's setup, and I really feel like he was always like a step ahead in this game. You know, like he was always the player who kind of had the map control. He always had the, you know, everything was just kind of well set for him because he put Creator under so much pressure, and I feel like he put Creator into like a really awkward spot to start the game out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I actually really liked his opening and his way of doing it. Like going for the wall off there. I mean, he went up against a 4 adept play into Oracle, which granted he walled the whole front off, couldn't get anything done. And then he was just like 10 probes ahead right from the early game, forced his opponent to make a Void Ray, which obviously is a bit more of a commitment these days. Yeah, just overall, cool, well-rounded play. And Creator isn't a fish. Like even though he's on a fish team, he's not a fish at all. And yeah, to go up against him and take him down when he's obviously been looking pretty hot recently, it's, yeah, well played, Prince.
That's just the power of best of ones, man. Power of best of ones helping the boys somehow stay in this tournament. You guys should have been down and out by now, I swear.
Yeah, I mean, like, luckily for you, if it was best of 5s, this would be 3-0. All right? So this is just saving your lads a little bit of health to move on in the tournament. 'Cause we know you got to play later, so we're making it close. We gave you a map early on, and oh yeah, this is a good one.
Okay.
This is actually the good one coming up next as well.
Just trying to find out where CG is, because she was in the lobby, but now she's not, so I'm lost. We lost a zombie group somewhere.
You've lost the zombie scrub.
Yeah, she just disappeared somewhere. She's casting the games on her own channel. She just, you know. We'll get her back in a sec. I think she's trying to relog. There she is. There he is.
I think it's one of those moments she's already preparing the funeral for all of your players.
For all of my players? Wait, the scrubs are going down. There's nothing else to say.
I meant from this clan war, right?
For this clan war? Oh, we already forgot it. We already forgot about this one because we've already won the next 2 maps now ahead. So we're already thinking of our next opponents. We're coming back then, right here. Solar, he's gonna show some stuff against Zest. Zest is gonna be not good. He's gonna die. That's my prediction. Bold prediction. He's just gonna die. Yeah. He's going to have a bang.
I'll give you a real bold prediction. Whatever happens here, we got Ryung going up against Spirit afterwards, and that... Oh,
easy win.
You know, Prince came alive that series, man. That was great.
Prince came alive? That's the only thing alive in your team. I don't know. I can't trash talk enough. Take it away, Ben. Introduce your guy.
Alrighty, hold on. Alright, over here, one of the greatest players on the planet, playing for one of the greatest teams to ever exist. It is Benny and the boys, Zest.
Okay. In the bottom right, bringing us back to our former glory, is going to be the Stasis Wardi Solar.
So how did you come up with your name, Wardi?
How did I come up with my name? Well...
Yeah, we just like Wardi already sounds like Ward, thus... Or your last name is Ward, no?
Yeah. I would have thought it was kind of obvious. My name's Wardi, and there's a Stasis Ward in StarCraft. So it's like a Stasis Wardi. It's not much of a...
creative, Wardi.
Not much of a story.
You're so creative. Although I can't really talk, Benny. I just got
Benny and the boys.
This has been a hoot so far. It's been a hoot. Alrighty. So Zest did start off this with a little bit of a hatch block, which was good. It was nice. How do you feel about Solar going on Blackburn, by the way? Because this could have been risky if he went up against one of the Terrans, I would have said.
I would have just roached them.
That's
Which
true.
Terrans do you
All
even
look
have?
at them, you know.
Ryung and Maru?
Ryung, Maru, yeah. And then
Well,
3 Protoss.
I didn't think you'd waste Maru on Blackburn. I just thought you'd put him elsewhere, and I got kind of lucky again, Classic, because that's not what I thought he was going to be either. No, I don't mind it. Like, maybe it would have been dangerous, but I kind of believed in Solar and ZVT. I feel like this was just a map we needed to fill for this match, so yeah, I was kind of just happy to kind of let it kind of play out like this and see who he got. I actually I really believe like a lot of my matches is like I really believe in all my guys in the best of one. Like I said, I don't have like a Maru that I need to like avoid like being sniped or something, so I kind of just mixed it up a lot and just try to, you know, didn't worry too much. Like, yeah, every single best of one might be tough, but that's what my team's made for, like winning a few matches where, you know, if we don't win the one, you know, we're not meant to be like super heavily favored in one map. It's meant to be just across the board we're always strong. Which isn't working out right now,
No,
but in theory.
I mean, like, it is a solid team. Like, your quote-unquote weakest player, like your 5th pick is Spirit, who we all saw how well he did at Katowice.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he's your weakest player, and then it's like, all right, who else have you got? And it's like Bjorn, Solar, Classic, Creator.
Yeah.
It's definitely a well-rounded team, and you've got one of each race, which is also always nice. But Solar, for me, even though he wasn't your very first pick, he's kind of your most scary player.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny considering he was your 2nd pick. But
No.
yeah, going up against Zest here.
Yeah, well, I actually talked about this a bit, but like, I actually would have taken Solo as the first pick. And I probably should have done, and like, it was probably a mistake. And if I hadn't got him, I think I would have been upset. But it worked out anyway, right? So it's like, yeah, I definitely had Solo. Like, for me, he was rank 6 in the league. Like, in my rankings, so I was lucky to get him in round 2. I should have taken him straight away.
How many Zergs were in your top 6, Wardi?
4.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but you know, there was 4 Zergs in the top 6, and there's also 4 other Zergs in the entire draft. So I was like, huh, maybe I should have taken a. I was like, I definitely wanted to try and get a Zerg early, so I wasn't like forced into a Zerg later down the line.
Yeah, I was thinking about like the whole draft thing. It was definitely best being like not first.
Yeah, I think so
It's
too.
definitely best being like, yeah, because I think being about 5th or 6th was probably ideal, because if you, or maybe, yeah, around there you get the gist. Because let's say you've got Serral, Raynor, Maru, like Rogue, and then I'd say those are probably the most solid ones. But then, you know, not much of a drop off. But then it's like, yeah, the next tier is all very, very similar, you know. But if you can get one of those boys and then get another pick early, that's really nice.
This Phoenix play from Zest, he banked the Phoenix up and tried to like hide this a little bit, but I don't know if Solar really like played badly against it just being Phoenix, right? Like, he's droning heavily, his drone count's fine, he didn't make any units he didn't need, so I'm kind of okay with this. This is like a super old school PvZ opening. I don't really know where Zest is going to take it from here, because yeah, you've got the Phoenix and they can harass, but when you've built this amount of Phoenix, you have nothing scary for the next 2 or 3 minutes. So Solo can just drone, build his tech up, and then have an army before Zest is even ready to attack again.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I think Solar, even though took a bit of drone damage, if you don't take drone damage against a Phoenix opener, then you're a god. Or the Phoenix player is, you know, not doing that well. But yeah, so far I think Solar's doing a damn good job of just kind of negating this. Yeah, taking a little bit of damage. Oh, these Phoenix, they were ready to cruise in between the 2 sets of queens there, and that could have been spicy. But behind all this, Zest taking a 3rd base. Not super early. Oh, this is nice, by the way, from Zest. He's doing really good with these Phoenix, man.
Yeah, he's at 9 drones so far. I mean, that's okay, though. I mean, if it gets to, like, double that, like, resources lost right now is, like, 475 to 0. If it gets to, like, 1k, then I'm starting to worry. But before then, it's like, well, you still invested into all these Phoenix, right? And again, you have no other tech right now. Your Prism is only just now getting up. Your Temple Archives isn't done yet. So that's going to be his follow-up, I guess. Some Archons and Zealots, and maybe even a bit of an attack. But, I mean, Solo's now on 70 drones, and he's just building roaches. So he should be prepped for an attack.
Could be, but like, remember, Zest has spotted this. He killed the Overseer, saw the roaches coming out, and he is getting charge ready, getting the Templar Archives as well. And knowing Zest, he's probably already got quite a few gateways up and running. 4 gateways, can warp in quite a bit. Goes for some Archons as well. It's anybody's game still. Like, this is a very good textbook start for both of them, I say. Like, neither one's super ahead, both of them have to play really good from here on out.
Yeah. No, it's tough. Like, there's no real advantage taken. There's no real kind of, deficit allowed. It's just kind of even. Like, this next attack might be important, right? These Archons coming in, trying to shut those down effectively. Solo's opening up the map as though he just wants to go across with 68 workers, which would be nice, but first he has to deal with these Archons, and especially if Zest is going to warp in like 7 Zealots with this, I mean, this can become really bad really quickly. So Solo has to run back home. At the same time, there's other units coming through the center of the map. They're going to catch the Ravagers. Oh, no, not like this.
This went from bad to worse. Did Warp Prism die in the main? No, it didn't, did it? Oh, look, all those Ravagers died in the middle of the map. The Warp Prism's still alive, obviously. This is really clean by Zest. Like, he's dealing a lot of damage. He's also buying himself invaluable time here.
Yeah, no, catching all the Ravagers. Like, I actually think if he doesn't get the Ravagers, it's kind of like, oh, he doesn't even kill the Sentry. Jeez. I feel like if the Ravagers are able to just be morphing in elsewhere, this is fine, because the Ravagers just get a couple of Roaches in front and stuff. Yeah, this is obviously not good, because all these Archons survived, and if Solo just wants to attack across the map, well, he's got no Ravagers anymore, so his attack's straight up worse than it should be. I don't hate the idea of what Solo's trying to do, but yeah, he's just meant to have like 6, 7, 8 more Ravagers than he does, and so busting through the tech units of like Archons and stuff is just going to be horrendous.
Yeah, look at these Phoenix. Even though there's not that many still alive, they're still being a nuisance.
Oh, this
oh my
attack,
goodness.
I can tell you right now, this attack does not end well for the Stasis Wardies, man. I just know it doesn't. Well, Zest does have two. He has 2 Archons in the prison that he hasn't dropped off. That's definitely helping my boy. Definitely aids us a little bit, but 4 Archons, Immortal. There's no way, man. There's no way.
No way. But so Zest, he has been supply blocked for like the last minute. Definitely not working in his favor. But these Phoenix, bloody hell, they're great, man. How many kills do they all have? 6, 4, 3, and it's not just drones. It's pretty valuable stuff like Ravagers.
Yeah, no, it's they found some insane value. I mean, Solo's just getting ready to go again a second time for more of the same, but he's going to be up against Blink. +1's done now from Zest. Like, this doesn't get any better for Solo, I feel like is the problem, right? He's just making more of the same, and obviously maybe he can swarm in and do enough with it. I mean, if Zest moves out, this is one of Solo's best chances. If he thinks Solo's just back home playing defensive, this is one of Solo's best fights, because now there's no super battery or anything nearby, so maybe this is where we swarm, we get on top of this army. The Prism's out of position, so there's no micro to save the important units initially. This is where Solo can win it, and Zest starts to drop the Prism Archons down again. Okay, I had absolutely no faith, but Solo found the moment to jump on this arm, and he's actually going to start turning it around then.
You know, you had no faith. I had every bit of fear in me that this could happen. But Zest had no idea how all-in his opponent was. Because this was, even though he could transition out of it, he wanted to do nothing but roaches and all in him kind of thing. And yeah, it's going to pay off. And it worked out really well for Solar. And Zest kind of caught with his pants down, man. He didn't realize that it was this committed by Solar. Well played.
Yeah, we got a little bit lucky there, because that was not meant to be a... I don't think that was meant to be a Solar victory after the first wave got deflected so badly. He lost those initial Ravagers. The first 8 minutes of this game were disastrous, and then the last 2 were, like I say, a little bit fortunate that that Zest misread the situation, really, because that's really what it was. That was...
He certainly did.
Yeah, kind of crazy the way it ended.
And now we have our final match of this clan war.
So...
What's this style about, Wardi? What's it about?
Like I said, Spirit didn't want to play TVT. He got loads of TVT. It was going to be difficult to avoid, and actually I kind of liked him getting TVT in this series. But I kind of was hoping it wouldn't come down to this, because... I don't know, I believe in Spirit. I think he's going to be really good. Don't get me wrong. But I think this is, like, very scary. Like, you just saw Ryung just knock down Clem earlier on... Not the same map, but a similar kind of map, short rush distance and stuff, so... Yeah, I'd rather have Ryung maybe on my side right now, which makes sense. He was a 3rd round pick for you, you know. Spirit was my 5th round pick, so... Yeah, just a little worried going in, but I don't think it's impossible, you know. As
I say, you know, our seeding over on Benny and the boys, we're all on the same page, so we wanted technically to get like the 3rd versus the 5th, like the 1st versus the 2nd and stuff, and that's kind of how it went down, and yeah, you don't get much better than Benny and the boys, Wardi.
Don't get much better than Benny and the boys, yeah?
Yeah, it doesn't get much better.
Okay. Well, I mean...
Maybe you can get a little bit better, you know, but...
And if I lose to you, that's okay, because We'll see each other in the playoffs. I'll get a better lineup against you then. You know, we have secret strats hidden because we just know, you know, you only need like 2 wins to make playoffs. It really matters how you play on the playoff day more than anything else. So that's what
I lost against the Scrubber Dubs.
I know. I mean, I actually thought that was actually very appropriate for your team. So, you know, some days you get lucky, some days you don't. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous, actually. I was like, what the shit? Like, this was the team that I thought was going to finish last for sure, and it's the one I shit-talked, and then it's the one that I lost. So I was like, God damn it.
Did you see Jess's meme about the, about like...
Yeah, fighting the... Yeah, for third... I was like, that is great. I liked it, and yeah, I thought it was awesome. Wardi, can you hold down the fort while I grab some more water?
Yeah, I'm going to find this tweet as well. Yeah, all good, mate. I gotta show you guys this because this was funny. This was Jess last week when she beat Ben. It's so good. I wanted to make this too, but I'm afraid for our game number 5, guys. Honestly. Yeah, I gotta love the grubs, guys. Gotta love the grubber lubber dub dubs. I only call him the scrubber dubs to keep on Ben's good side, so he doesn't go off on me instead. I'm hedging my bets, you know. All right, everyone's getting ready, guys. Just a moment or two as we kick on into this. Just double checking we've got everyone in the lobby, which I think we do. Obviously, thanks so much for watching and thanks so much for tuning in. If you're enjoying, make sure you hit the follow button so you can see when the Cast of Civil War is live in the future. Of course, we have matches tomorrow. Sunday, and then next week Friday, and then the playoffs will be Sunday. And obviously do check out the Kickstarter. Thank you everyone who's been making this event possible. We hit over 500 Kickstarter supporters or backers recently, which is incredible. We're on our way to actually, we might hit a stretch goal to raise the prize pool and introduce the caster prize pool, which would be great as well. So do check out that Kickstarter. And yeah, time to get ourselves into a little bit of TVT. Oh, Ben, your timing is impeccable. Absolutely beautiful time to come back. Just in time to hear me talk about how great the Terran player is in the bottom right corner of the map. In the beautiful Stasis Wardi green, gonna rock your world. It is Spirit.
I have no idea why you actually picked that. I'd have picked not to be that. Anyhow, spawning over the top left. The one true GOAT, it is Ryung.
The one true GOAT.
Yeah, of my team.
Out of
he's
your
the
team?
Mastermind.
He's the mastermind.
Yeah, he's yet to lose a map, I believe, Wardi. Yet to lose a map.
Is he really? Really?
I think so.
Oh, that's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, he beat Special, he beat Ratata.
Oh, yeah. And he beat Clemillion.
And then he beat...
Wow.
Yeah, like... he's definitely playing really solid for me.
Oh, I love that Showtime's also 5-0. I loved that earlier when just was like, yeah, 5-0. That's what the girls are cheering for, keeping Showtime's streak alive. That was great.
Actually, I'm gonna have a quick look at the ranking thus far because where is I can't freaking Zombie Grub's team 1-4, but the one win is me. That just hurts. Yeah, mine is Euro, boys. Ah, freaking Showtime.
I mean, what can I say? That's pretty sick, actually. Showtime beat Maru. It felt like in that moment, all hope was already lost, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was... I actually didn't feel the lineup was that bad either for me. I was like, okay, like Nightmare and Prince have rough matchups and stuff, but it was like Zest versus Gabe, which I know Gabe is capable, but Zest won, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And I felt everything else was fine, and it was like, nope.
Nope.
Sucked ass.
What do you expect out of this TVT? Like, I know Ryung played mech earlier, but Stalingrad is not as good of a mech map as Curious Minds is.
No, it's not. It's a lot less claustrophobic, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And like, given that it's easier to maneuver around, easier to like doom drop a base if you want to, I dare say he is going to go for bio this game, but he went for so far the exact same opening that he did earlier, where he does a bit of an SCV scout, goes Reaper first, then goes Reactor immediately. So that seems to be his thing so far in TVTs, but when it comes down to what do I expect, I looked at their most recent matches. They haven't played this year thus far, but the last few times they played, it was like 1-1 and then 3-0 for Spirit. So I'm not as confident as I should be, but I would say the Ryung of the last 6 months is a very different Ryung.
Yeah, I don't think I would listen too much to the 3-0 because that doesn't sound very. I don't know. That doesn't sound like the Ryung of nowadays. You know, I think Spirit's great.
No,
but Spirit 3-0 someone to me is like is this weird? But I feel like if Spirit 3-0 someone, that's surprising to me. No matter who it is, like Spirit has that sort of inconsistency to him, even if it's just game by game. Just love the way he plays sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, you're totally right. Like, it's also like Spirit is the kind of guy that it's like, yo, dude, you probably couldn't or shouldn't cut that corner again, and then he'll be like, what corner? And he doesn't even realize how risky he's being quite often, you know. So he can beat anybody, but he can also lose to absolutely anybody. Because yeah, when I've had conversations with him before, I remember we were on the same team, Wind and Rain, for a while.
Oh yeah.
And I remember kind of like talking with him, like, hey man, you probably shouldn't do this. And it would be so difficult to try and explain, because at the time he was just like, why? And I'm like, well, he can attack you right here. And he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, god damn it. Like, and everything came down to like, well, you can just die, man. You can just die. And he's like, how? And then it's like, well, this, you know, like if he just moves out with that army. And he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, god damn it. But anyway, so we do have very, very standard openings by both of them. Both going for a Cyclone first. It does look like Ryung's opening led to him being a little bit quicker on his factory production, which is nice for him. And Spirit, he's going for extra production before getting a third CC. That's a weird way of doing things.
No, it's definitely not the norm in TVT at all. He's going to put a third CC down still pretty quickly though, right? Like faster than Ryung, so just taking some of the, I mean, I want to say corners he's cut, but he hasn't really cut many corners or anything. He's actually a Raven up right now. Not forever, but for a little while. And ooh, he's trying to catch this Raven here of Ryung, but Ryung knows where that army is. Now Ryung's trying to move to maybe catch this army, as Spirit's Raven might be in a bit of trouble, and oh, this could get interesting. This Raven sees this, and he might just want to come and drop an auto turret to help out. He drops some grenades, and Ryung drops some grenades as well. Man, I'm not going to lie, I never like seeing the Ravens go across the map. I always feel like it just never ends well, you know? Ooh,
no,
nice
definitely. And oh, nice play by Spirit there. He does avoid the lock-on and blocks the turret. Nice play by Spirit.
What a god! That was actually sick, but it's totally intentional, I'm sure. As we auto-turret up the natural of Ryung, and in the main base too, and obviously not going to get too many work. Wow, did you get 6, 7, 8? Oh man, Spirit's getting a great set of damage done here. I didn't think he'd get 8 workers. Gets up to 9? Wow, I thought this was just going to be like a lot of lost mine time, and now he's hitting the third CC, Ben.
Yeah, this is really bad. Look at those mules. He's pulled his mules over as well. Like, that is not where you want mules.
No, that's not where you want mules at all. Oh, the Raven on the top side gets out of range. Well calculated, Spirit. Beautiful pullback timing. Still, if he loses those Ravens, Ryung will have a Raven advantage, and that's the one thing I really am scared of. I like that this low HP Raven's going home. I don't think it's worth risking it when it's low HP like that. I think it's better to get it home, keep it alive for later, because a Raven's always useful.
It certainly is. Now, Ryung's going to do his own little bit of Raven harass here, and it doesn't look like this is quite spotted yet by Spirit, but Spirit, being that Larry bugger, he's going for his double drop here, and he did opt for very quick stim, but he could get a bit scary, loses his Raven as well, and doesn't get an SCV kill out of it.
No, he got 1 SCV, I think, but he didn't get the second. Oh, the Vikings are moving out of the way! What a timing! Oh, he's seen it, though. He's seen it. Spirit needs to pay attention. Okay, he's going to boost backwards. I don't hate that. Obviously, if you go in the main, it's very committed. You don't know what's in the main. With low HP on the medevacs, you just don't have the flexibility to make that worthwhile at all. And all said and done, obviously, Spirit comes out of this with a lead. It's still 2 Ravens from Ryung, though. Like, I really like that he just kept his Ravens alive, and I do like that Spirit kept the one alive, but obviously could have been a second one as well if he got the left one out.
No, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Upgrade started off very quickly for Spirit in comparison. Like this, getting out the medevacs very early does mean that he is behind in any sort of Viking war. That would have mine will come in handy, takes out the Cyclone in the middle of the map, and a few of these little engagements that have happened a little bit afterwards have been in Ryung's favor, but all things said and done, Spirit's in the driver's seat, man.
Yeah.
Look at that tank count. It's scary, and he's arriving very damn quickly here, but there is a tank in position. He has to be careful, but he knows about it.
Yeah. Oh, he took a shot still. That was kind of nasty as he's going to get the third CC. It's going to go. Oh my goodness, I thought he was just going to die for it. He doesn't quite get there as he is sieging up another tank in range, but he's not going to have the HP advantage to finish that off. Okay, but denying the third, that is nice. He's rallying units through the middle of the map and losing a few when it's unnecessary. Vikings are still up to the top, so he can't go drop the main base. Nice just to be denying the third. He just doesn't want to stick around here for too long. But I feel like I guess he can. He's got combat shields where Ryung does not. He's got 1-1 finishing sooner. I like this, although we'll lose a couple of medevacs, and that obviously negates a lot of what he can do to stick around here.
Yeah, he has to be careful, because at any point, Ryung can pounce on him, and he realizes that, and Ryung's like, oh, you've moved away? At least I can get down my third again, and we start to get into a normal game here and now. Like, one of the advantages about TVT compared to other matchups is the fact that if your opponent's ahead, doesn't mean they've won, because the game can get slowed down massively, and siege tanks are obviously some of the best defensive units, especially when it comes to playing up against Terran. But Spirit has to be careful, because if he does just ignore the late game sort of stuff without getting Vikings and stuff, the longer this game goes on, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, obviously the Sense Tower is going to make it difficult for Spirit to take a position on the right side of the game, but he's actually going to start moving to the left. I don't actually hate that idea if you could just get up and like siege the natural or so. That could be pretty cool. There's one Marine on the far left side watching out for something like this, but Spirit actually might be able to clean that out, and then he could really make a move over there. Yeah, I like this a lot because Ryung is just blind to that left side flank, so this is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, Ryung's been supply blocked for a little bit of time here. Ryung going for follow-up scouts here with those 2 extra Marines, and he will see the army, and maybe that's just in time here. We do see that he starts maneuvering about, but Spirit realizing, oh, I got spotted. Dude, Ryung still hasn't been building a supply depot here. He's been supply blocked for so damn long.
He's going for the supply block of the tournament. We don't actually give awards for that, but I might have mentioned it in your team chat before I left without saying anything else, so yeah.
Oh,
it's like slightly awkward.
Yeah, yeah, that is that's a supply block and a half, Wardi. He's still ahead in workers though. Oh wait, no, he isn't. 6481. My bad. Can't count all of a sudden.
God, Spirit just dropped the 17 SCV depot out of the sky.
Yeah, so Ryung went from 125 supply all the way up to 144 in one fell swoop there. That just shows that it was not looking fresh for him. Spirit's doing a lot of good stuff here, though. Like, he is taking the map, absolutely. He is getting into... In fact, okay, he's not getting into starport production just yet, but getting the second armory does imply that he wants to eventually.
Yeah, he's got it. He actually... Spirit already has his triple starport.
Oh, he's already got 3 starports.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing. I saw Ryung doing it for it. I was like, oh, Spirit, why are we not, playing that ourselves? And then he's actually already got them. Building a fusion core. He obviously believes he's got enough of a lead he can just quickly move into Viking Lib. I would believe Ryung's going to play Ravens, though, eventually. Like, get Vikings, then Ravens, because that's very much to the Korean way of playing, and if he plays, if he thinks like Maru, that's something that Maru is just a master of as well.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like, this is the part of the game, even though Spirit is ahead, we see all the upgrades starting to line up a little bit better, and Spirit is on 4 bases, but that can literally come down to, like, oh, you take a bad fight, okay, your opponent's really far ahead now, and he is starting to slam down on those Vikings, and Ryung's starting to add on more Ravens, and yeah, the game's going to get spicy. The fact that he's going for the Liberator range so quickly, I don't hate it. And I don't hate it from your perspective, because, maybe a quick switch to 1 or 2 Liberators can help you break through a spot if you need to very quickly. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
I actually don't hate that he goes. I feel like initially, like, the Raven count isn't going to matter as much. If you can get a couple libs up and stuff, you can be very effective. You can win the Viking War. So I don't hate it right now. It's just over time, I really hope he tries to play into Ravens instead of staying on Viking Lib. Because the longer he stays on Viking Lib for, the more difficult it is to make work as more and more Ravens get onto the map. So I kind of like what both players are doing. I don't think anyone's making a mistake. They're just playing different styles. Styles they're more comfortable with, perhaps. Like I said, I think it works better for Ryung in the long run. I don't mind it, like, in the right here and now for Spirit, who is just trying to press forward. He's going to deny that Sense Tower, which is a nice little move if he gets rid of it. And, Ryung not on hold position momentarily, but he saves the units anyways. He is going to go daunting through the middle of the map, and that could be very dangerous.
It certainly can. That is a good cluster of Marines. There are PFs in position, which will help. I love the way that they've both gone about it too. Like Ryung, he went for the Corvid reactor approach, but PFs everywhere. Oh, I love that. Marines behind mirror line and the gas there will be annoying.
Yeah. That's really annoying. This top right planetary will go down, but Spirit does have the extra bases already up, so don't really hate that too much. I much more hate the fact that the SCVs on the right side base are going down. We do see the Libs going to come into play. We matrix them up though. They push the tanks back a bit, but this is where Spirit actually needs to put his own tanks in range as he continues to take this air fight with the Dorito dust on his Vikings. That I don't like anywhere near as much, and if he loses the air fight, he loses the Libs. If he loses the Libs, well, yeah, I mean, then this entire setup was just not really worthwhile. He lost a base and SCVs behind this too, and that just wasn't the fight.
No, it wasn't. And that air superiority came in big there for Ryung. Like, kept alive a lot of his units, dealt counter damage as well. And those upgrades that Spirit's been working on, such as like +3 weapons for infantry, it hasn't come into effect yet. And it actually won't do for some time either. And what do you do with those Marines? Like, these are +2 tanks now on both sides very soon. Tanks start one-shotting. In fact, yeah, okay, Spirit has it too. Tanks start one-shotting Stim Marines when +2 is online. So, yeah, those Marines, I do like this wave of Terrans getting that Corvid reactor and getting the air before getting the 3-3.
Yeah, the good news of Spirit is just being able to reactor out like a crap ton of Vikings like right away here. They are going to take another fight as this time he gets the anti-armor missile off and the Ravens take a little while to respond. Now he eats an anti-armor missile himself. I mean, he just keeps fighting in these positions and doesn't ever seem to want to back away, you know. He's going to lose his only Raven as he drops an order turret down. Extra Viking showing up, but that's just not enough to turn this fight around at all. He's got an army supply lead, but he's about to get stimmed into this base over here. Reinforcements are going to get caught. One Marine ahead is going to tank the tank shots, and he needs to pull SCVs to repair the bunker, but he actually just needs to come home with his other units, which he is going to do, and he does have +3 attack. That's a huge upgrade to get in this moment. This wasn't actually a bad trade for Spirit on the Marine Wars.
It definitely isn't. Like, he has got a lot of Marines on the map, whereas Ryung, actually, he's got barely any left. He's got 8 on the field in total against 50. But what he does have is a Viking lead, and he's still making, or rather, he has a Raven lead, and he's still making them. He's making a lot of stuff, actually. Like, he's going for his second armory now, realizing that that is a threat. Both these players stopped at that +2 attack on tanks, by the way, just showing how important it is. And you don't need any more, really. Like, you can get more to help with things like tanks and buildings and what have you. But yeah, Spirit still maxed out, and he gets to see that his opponent is actually spread very, very wide across the map.
Just, like I say, he's continuing to play Viking Liberator, but I feel like the more he plays Viking Liberator, the more the Ravens are just useful. Like, how many times have we seen the anti-armor missile striking, creating the fight advantage for Ryung? The Liberators just don't get a chance to do anything in those scenarios.
No, they don't. But with this amount of map control, Spirit can start to pick a side that he wants to fight on. And he's done a really good job of expanding behind this as well. Like, those leads that he had early on, he's definitely lent on them, man. The thing is, he did neglect his +3 armor. Oh, few tanks. That is beautiful by Ryung. What a pounce.
What a catch. I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, he's not responding as much to the sensor tower, like seeing the movement in the sensor tower as maybe he should be, but then he moves in a perfect way to take advantage of that as we're going to try and go take a fight. Here we go. Gonna see a Matrix coming down straight away. Spirit's just gonna send it with these Marines. I absolutely hate that. There's so many tanks in the back lines here. I mean, how much room do you want to break forward for here? Yeah, okay, he stops now. He is gonna win the tank. Oh no, there's 2 tanks in range still. I mean, he's in range of this planetary, but it should be repairable. Maybe the tanks from the back could be brought forward. I think Ryung can just break him. He's got Matrixes available. Spirit's gonna unsiege him back away, which I think is a very smart choice. But he just lost a lot of supply in this fight. Ryung is holding out.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Spirit isn't reacting to what's happening in the game, right? Like, you're seeing that your opponent is taking efficient trades against you. You can make all the same plays that your opponent can. Like, you've got better air upgrades as well, so it's not as if you're behind in any way. Yeah. Just get that switch going, because you need to do that switch. You need to heed the call of the Raven.
He's not going to do it, man. I knew it. The moment he started building Liberators, I was like, I think he's just going to go Viking Liberal game, and I said at the time, I kind of liked it in the short term, but the longer the game goes on, the less good it is, basically. And yeah.
He's starting Wardi, like Corvid reactor, and he's getting 3 Ravens out.
Okay, but I mean, this could have been 3-4 minutes ago, Ben. We've lost 3 more fights since then.
Hey,
Yeah.
mate, this is your teammate.
This
You
is-
know,
yeah,
this is your
my
team
team.
member. I talked with Ryung, I coached him, started coaching them from like 12 years ago, you know, with StarCraft 2, and finally we got together.
Yeah.
That's a lot of thanks, by the way.
That's a lot of tanks. We'll push forward. Again, you got to be careful, though, because if you just get mass matrix, then, you know, Ryung can move in position and take that down. We do see a little lib harass on the left, which is going to get rid of a tank and a few SCVs. Not bad. A little harass on the top right as well, but a missile turret helped to clean that up. As Marine's actually going to stim for the base that's over here. That'd be a nice catch to slow Ryung's bases down. That's one thing which Spirit does have the advantage on, especially if he keeps on denying this base for as long as possible. And Ryung doesn't have like a bunch of spare command centers from what I can tell. He's very much so just on the CCs that are on his locations, whereas Spirit has been continuing to expand quite nicely.
Yeah, definitely. But has he been too aggressive that Ryung now feels the time is now? Those tanks, Wardi.
He's
They're
going to get
wrapped
auto
around.
turrets. Well, we're going to see Spirit is going to actually have Marines on the top side to engage the tanks of Ryung, but the auto turrets from Ryung are getting way too much done. GG's, Ben. GG's.
Oh, you know, Wardi, a better man had to win today, and a better man he was. Oh, Benny and the boys sticking together, you know, it's beautiful what this team can accomplish. By the way, that was sick play from Ryung. Ryung's played really good today, man.
Yeah, he's a god in TVT. He deserves to be 4-0, man. He's pretty sick. Not much else to add. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was behind this game. Like, if Spirit was a bit less like, I'm going to kill you now, and was like, you know, I'm going to get the Ravens out, you're totally right. We could have been looking at a different victor here, but it's rough, man. It's rough, because this isn't something that you can just be like, oh, I'm going to start playing like that now. This takes a long time to master. Spirit is coming in for a final stand here, but that is a lot of blue Terran there against that ugly green color that Wardi apparently picked, and GG, Benny and the boys.
Benny and the boys. Lucky, Ben. Lucky, you know. Sometimes the better team does indeed lose, just because.